Welcome in, everyone. If you are new here, I'm Cassie, and this is where I work with divine beings and channel messages from other realms in a collaboration for the betterment and upliftment of humanity. Our top priority is to address whatever obstacles you are battling in your life right now, to help guide you along your journey here on Earth at this pivotal time in history. We ask that you use your discernment because these are collective readings with multiple messages in them to help as many people as possible. So let's tap in today and see through Spirit's eyes and figure out what's getting in the way of your dreams, spiritual growth, and utmost potential.
Welcome in, everyone. If you're new here, you may or may not know, but I read a little different. To your left, you're going to see a tarot board. And at the center of that board, we are going to put your main oracle or theme for the reading. And then you'll see 8 more slots. That is for the tarot, so we can get into some more clarity about the message that we have for you guys tonight. So, without further ado, let's see what Spirit has for you. So right away, I am being called to my Goddesses and Sirens deck. And the supporting oracle is... Oh. You. One of my shadow decks. Alright. We will start with the deity of your reading and see who wants specifically to speak to you. And then we will see their shadow message. That jumped right out. You all see that? Like, I caught it. It is Amaterasu, self-esteem. Beautiful card. Oh, I wonder, because these shadow decks have a lot of cards that have to do with like self-conscious behavior, self-esteem, self-awareness, that kind of stuff. It's meant to look into your psyche, so that's interesting. I will read her first, and then we'll get into that shadow deck, and we'll see what she wants to talk about. You are enough. Build your self-esteem from the inside out. It's your turn to shine. Be the sunshine in your own life. Amaterasu is the sun goddess of the Shinto faith. Again, forgive me if I slaughter the name. She is one of the most loved of the Japanese deities, and there are many myths surrounding her. She lives a peaceful life in harmony with the workings of nature, shining brightly among her herd of horses and gardens full of silkworms for her weaving. However, her brother, Susanoo, is much more disruptive and chaotic. In some versions of the story, Susanoo becomes jealous of his sister and slaughters her horses and her silkworms. When she came upon such a gruesome and shocking scene, she felt so overcome with grief and hopelessness that she retreated into a cave. This left the earth with no life-giving sun, and all grew cold and died. The earthly plane became a heaven for evil spirits, and people began to die from lack of food. The other gods and the humans awaited outside her cave and tried everything to get her to come out. She refused, never wishing to show her face again. As things grew desperate, Uzume, her sister, had an idea. She began to dance and sing loudly and comically. This brought a roar of approval from the assembled crowd, and their laughter rang across the world. She then became curious, listening to these lively, happy sounds, and decided to peek out of her cave. Uzume was prepared and had placed a mirror just outside the cave when the bright light of the dawn, that was Amaraterasu's energy, hit the mirror. The goddess was bedazzled by her own reflection, and Uzume was able to pull her out of the cave. The world again became a better place by her presence, and she understood her true worth. Call upon her when you are feeling low in self-esteem, and when you feel like you are not enough. Her very name means to shine in heaven, and this is what this goddess encourages us to do. Let our own light shine. First, we have to understand ourselves a little better and know how truly important we are to those around us and the world at large. Without building true self-esteem from the inside out, creating a true love of ourselves, we are limited in what we do. The effects of low self-esteem can permeate our lives easily. When we don't love ourselves, or when we only rely on others for our love, it is difficult to stay balanced, keep our boundaries, have healthy body image, be successful, and simply enjoy our lives to the fullest. We see the effects particularly when we shy away from taking positive risks and growing. Having positive self-esteem means we shine, and that is evident for all to see. The shadow side. If our strong, healthy self-esteem tips over into arrogance or narcissism, it is not true balance. In this world full of celebrities who are nothing but pretty faces, who are famous just for being famous, it is not surprising that many people believe that self-esteem and self-worth come from the outside in, from the admiration of others. Take the admiring people away, and there is no solid core of self-worth. There is little left. Very beautiful message. Little lengthy, but very beautiful. And she wants this deck. Okay, let's see what comes through. I'm truly... kind of just popped right out. Oh, okay. That card, okay. Like, it just fell off of the deck. It was the top card and it just fell off, but it's number 1. It's Triumph of Lies, and this is a very similar card. This is interesting. Okay, I'm excited to read this. This is I think it's called the Black Mirror deck. It says, Triumph over Lies, Moon Phase, Waxing Gibbous, Stage, Bargain. Quote, if something hurts me, I change myself so it can stop. Visual Seed. Headless mannequins crowd against each other under the cold neon light. They are dressed in luxury clothes and pricey accessories. Among them, one has a crowned skull floating where her face was supposed to be. Sentence. Not all that glitters is gold. Emptiness is felt when there is nothing under the dress. Going dark. The Triumph of Lies is about appearance, and appearance is always so important in the world. Day to day, it seems more important. Can that be a lie too? We seek to be what the world outside desires, and not necessarily society at large. Our family, our parents, or friends place judgments on what we should be, and the dress we choose. We carve a mask of expectations, behaviors, and values to live by. It offers stability to oneself and to our relations, as being honest and true to ourselves can be too tiring, too easy to make us hurt. Unfortunately, the relationship with our mask is not as straightforward as it feels at all. Inside the mask, envy grows, vanity takes root, lack of self-esteem becomes a habit, It gnaws at us and hurts us from the inside. It feels like it is ourselves, but it's not really authentic. It's just a lie we have made habit to believe in. When our lies become a gilded cage and our dress become a burden, we should remember that we were born naked. Now, I gotta be careful how I say this. What I'm hearing is somebody has an eating disorder. What that is, I mean, there's a whole range, but I'm hearing anorexia. It doesn't, there's multiple people in here. Different, okay. So this is gonna be for multiple different people. So there's a bit of body dysmorphia in multiple individuals. Like they see themselves as fat when they're really thin, or they see themselves as ugly when they're really not, or like you're seeing yourself through a different lens. You need to take away the things that trigger this response within you. And for somebody, it's social media. For somebody, it's like Instagram. Like you're seeing Instagram people, models, or you're subscribed to stuff where you see that stuff, or you watch a bunch of like dieting videos or something on YouTube, and you're like constantly seeing this, and it's stimulating your mind in the way of making you think, okay, I'm not good enough, or I haven't done this yet. And it's giving you, like, you're just like back and forth, like somebody's really struggling with an eating disorder. Multiple different people. Like I'm getting somebody that just like won't eat because they're seeing like Instagram models or something, and then somebody else who's like seeing like six-pack abs and training. I'm seeing training videos, weightlifting, extreme cutting, like major deficits, counting macros, like wanting to lean out, but like it taking it to almost like it went from wanting to do the body good and wanting to like have a transformation to it becoming like an obsession in a very unhealthy way. Potentially using steroids. Or other drugs for like weight loss. Like I'm seeing like water pills. Laxatives. Bulimia. Somebody's bulimic. Like they feel bad after they eat food and they're throwing up. Like they don't eat and then they starve and then they binge and then they throw up that food because they feel bad that they binged. Or they just ate so much that they have to throw up. Like somebody's like battling a demon. Multiple different kind, multiple people, multiple scenarios. Okay. I'm going to... this one. Pull the tarot out, and we're gonna see what's going on, okay? Like this energy's hitting me hard, like really hard. I normally don't have to like sit there and hold the channel and feel the heaviness of it. Somebody's really struggling here. And like it's not gender specific. I'm seeing men and women. Like a man with like body dysmorphia or something, and overtraining, starving himself, masculine energy, and then a feminine energy who just like won't eat at all, and a feminine energy that's also like bulimic. And it's all stemming from this social media. Okay. Like what you're watching. It's what you all have in common. It's what you're consuming. Like the shows you're seeing, every time you see a person with a specific body shape or a physique, it like triggers you in some kind of way. You're out at the store and you see somebody with a specific like physique, or they're wearing clothes that are more revealing, it's like triggering you in some kind of way, and then like this whole downward spiral's like hitting you, and you're feeling like all these emotions of like shame and guilt and not wanting to eat, and I need to like go home and like exercise like a ridiculous amount of time to the point like you're hurting yourself, or you're like doing countless hours of cardio and fasting. Jesus. Okay. Oh, this is because of somebody. We had the Three of Swords here in reverse. So somebody, this is from a past relationship, and I'm assuming an intimate relationship that you had with somebody who really left you jaded. They said some things they shouldn't have said. And these words really, really hurt you. Okay. And they might have left you, and their excuse to leaving you was something to do with your body. Okay. I'm going to tell you the cards that came out. And then we're going to get into the message. Okay. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This will not go on the board, but it's showing up reverse. So like this is really heavy with the Three of Swords reverse and the Ten of Swords reverse. This is rough. Okay. You have the Knight of Wands. Two of Pent. Three of Swords reverse. Five of Pent. The Lovers. And the Queen of Cups. Four of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to take a moment and listen in spirit, because there are some very specific things that they want said. So for some of you, whoever you were with did you dirty in the sense of, you know, two-timing, cheating. And then when the fight broke out, their excuse to you was something about them not liking something about your appearance, or something that they weren't fulfilled in. It could have been like something like in the bedroom scenario or something, and it really just knocked your confidence. They said something truly, they knew it would hurt you, and they didn't even care. Like they did not care, especially like once the fight started and you caught them in the act of whatever it was, or you caught you know, the texting or calling, or just straight up them in your house. When you were like, why would you do this? When you have all those questions of like, why? Their response to you was something about your appearance. Yeah, I'm not getting money and career. Like this isn't about financing. Like it might have been there for somebody, like a masculine energy, like getting his whole self-esteem getting knocked between like his emotions being disrespected, and then his body being insulted, his nightly performance being insulted, and then like his pentacles, his money, his job, his business, whatever, being insulted. Like he got hit hard. This really threw you out of balance. So you spent a period of time truly like in that traditional depressed after the relationship blues, like authentically just unable to bring yourself to do basic things, unable to just skipping meals, just sleeping, not even wanting to watch TV, not looking at your phone. Like you spent like a period of time truly just hurting. And I'm not getting the vibe that you really got to share anything about it with anybody. You kind of like just everybody could tell you were like different after like this breakup, if you can call it that. But you didn't really talk about it because you were too ashamed. And you were too afraid to open up about the things that were actually hurting you. So, like, that's just more shame pooling within shame. So it's so heavy, it's eating at you. And with the Three of Swords reversed, like, the Three of Swords upright, it's already bad, but in reverse, it's even worse. With the Five of Pentacles. So, truly left out in the cold, abandoned, stabbed in the back, betrayed, and unable to like move forward, not necessarily from the person, but from the wounds, from the things that have happened. Because right under this Three of Swords reverse is this Four of Swords reverse, which is needing to heal and kind of like not even knowing how, being stubborn about it, not wanting to look at it, just wanting to go numb and not really feel it. But with the Knight of Pentacles following this, it's going to be a slow journey. This healing, this is going to take time. There's a lot of emotional damage here with this Queen of Cups here under the Two of Pentacles reverse. There's a lot of emotional damage here from this lover. And you know that you need to get yourself right and remember how to love yourself again before you can ever have another relationship. It doesn't even feel like you're thinking about relationship. Like, you are so down about how you feel about yourself right now that you wouldn't even have the confidence to even say hi to that person that you're like attracted to. Like, you would see them, say you saw somebody you're attracted to, and then all of the shame and the guilt just starts like flooding your entire system, and you just like, you lock up and you just like move away. Like, you just don't look at the person. You just want to be as far away from them as possible because it's triggering all of this pain inside of you after what this person did. And over time, this has turned into this eating disorder that I'm picking up on, and potentially like over exercising, over training, and really just focusing so much, then spending all of your money, that too, like somebody spending all of their money on like diet pills and exercise equipment and protein powders and like waist trainers, and really just like obsessing about this thing and reading books about it and watching videos, and that's like all you're doing. And you feel like, if I do this thing and then I'm more, so I'll feel better about myself, but that's like a never ending abyss. And then you just get really bad body dysmorphia, and then you're afraid to stop. You're afraid to stop like starving yourself, or you're afraid to stop exercising so much, and it becomes truly its own demon. I am going to pull a card from the alchemy deck, and then after that I'm going to pull a few little titty bits from the daily healing. Can I get some advice here? Okay, this one. This one is lead. Ooh. So I haven't read this one yet from the book, but lead already coming up. Like, lead is heavy. That is this energy. It's so heavy. I can't even. Like, you feel like you've got some chains, some bricks. Like, I can feel it around my abdomen, around my solar plexus, and it's just like pulling me down. And not in a good way. I feel like I'm like dragging. Like, I got something on the end of that chain, like a chain and ball, but like it's a demon, and it's like saying all this nasty shit in my ear about myself, all these awful thoughts that it's like you don't even know if they're your own anymore because they're so bad, and it just keeps feeding it to you, and it keeps saying this crap, and you keep giving into it, and it keeps taking your energy, and then you're depressed and you're sad and you're crying and you're laying in your bed, and this is awful. I am so sorry. We are gonna find what the advice is. Absolutely awful. And you feel like nobody sees you, like nobody feels you, nobody understands. other than maybe people out there who are struggling with it, but you also know, like, you don't feel like the type to, like, go to, like, a meeting or a group for that because it's embarrassing. There's too much shame there. So you're keeping this all to yourself. You're pulling it all up. And you feel like nobody gets you, and you feel like you can't talk to anybody about it. So, okay. You might pull some extra cards for this one, because this is... I want to know what is the thorough advice. Lead. Density. Weight. Saturn. Lead is the first metal. Its properties are heavy, dense, and unwaveringly steady. It is often perceived as the metal that initiated the entire alchemical drive to turn what is base, lead, into what is noble, gold. It correlates to the planet Saturn and its love of rules and structure. On one hand, this card implies a fixed position or burden that may be weighing down the work. On the other hand, lead can arrive just in time to ground a situation, to bring an alchemist back to the humble beginnings. Either way, the presence of lead is sobering. We cannot ignore it. The impatient alchemist may be discouraged to see it in the laboratory, as it reminds us of how far we have to go. Approach this card with reverence for the ongoing process. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, this healing journey down here, it's going to take time. And turning lead into gold takes time. This is a very heavy energy that you are working through. Okay. This one. But once you get through this, and once you, because I'm telling you, self-love is like the only way to do this. And I know you probably like, self-love, 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 blah, 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 blah. I'm serious. Like, I'm talking about a divine inner self, unconditional love. Nobody got you but you. When you die, you only take yourself. Make yourself the person that loves you more than anything. Okay? You want to be that person for you when it's just you and your own consciousness in that journey afterwards, because it is you and you every night, even when you go to bed. Don't matter if you got someone sleeping next to you or not. It's just you inside of you. Make sure you are a loving person. It says, take time to acknowledge the subtle changes in your spiritual evolution. So this is going to grow you spiritually if you learn the self-love lessons, because this is so heavy. The heavier, the denser, the more that there is, the more gold there is to obtain. Our wounds is where the light enters us. This is where spirit begins the work. If you do this and you really take it seriously, it will take time, but it will be worth it, and you will never feel like this again. It will be so far from you in a couple of years that you will not recognize the person you were. You'll be like, how did I ever say that to myself? How did I ever do that shit to myself? Why did I ever think those things, say those things to myself? Give me another. Trust in divine order. You are being helped. It says spirit came in heavy on this one. Like, they're never like this is serious. Like, really serious. I'm gonna make you feel this to the intensity this person is. Devote yourself to discovering the highest truths and seeking that spiritually. Truly, look within yourself spiritually. Because that is the only way you're going to get around this. As long as you're looking at stuff outside of you, especially things that trigger you, and then you focus on that, you're just going to run in circles and run in circles and run in circles, and you're never going to be happy. It doesn't matter how much you do the thing. It doesn't even matter if you end up looking like that. Right? So like whatever it is that you're like aiming for or trying to change about yourself, even when you have it, you won't be happy because you don't love yourself. You think you'll love yourself when you have that, but no, that's not love. That's fucking bullshit. No. The lies. Do not listen to these lies. You are born naked and you are loved unconditionally. To feel your innate sense of truth, develop open-mindedness. Yeah, be open-minded with yourself. See yourself as you would see a friend. Be objective about it. You wouldn't do this to your friend. You wouldn't talk like the way you talk to yourself inside your head. Would you tell your mama that shit? I mean, I don't know what your relationship is with your parents, but I mean, hey, would you say that to your dog? Would you say that to your cat? Probably not. Why on earth would you say it to yourself? Don't do that. Spirit is here for you. Call on it. Ask for it. Maybe call and ask for this deity who wanted to say hi. Or any higher power that you believe in, if you believe in anything. Anything that resonates with you for this situation. They're saying if you reach, I will grab that hand. But first you have to reach. First you have to ask. You have to want to do the work. You have to want to heal. You have to want to change. You have to want to feel better. And if I were in your situation, holy, would I ever want to feel better? That energy was very hard to feel. So if you're looking for a message, or you're looking for a confirmation, you're looking for somebody just to say, hey, I feel you and I see you, this was your reading. And I hope it helped. I'm going to see you guys in the next one, okay? Bye.